Hey guys, so 16D10, B slot on the entrance. Um, I wonder why, Nadja, you're not taking Otto's upper grip. Is it like you can fly loose with the right hand or even hold onto it and lean out and then have that grip? Especially because Otto's stepping on the net, it would seem that it wouldn't be such a big deal. It looks like there's an early, like, it looks like, Nadia, your leg slips onto the ground as well. Is that right? Yeah. So maybe if there's not space to do the flying with your right hand and then picking up the grip with Otto, or flying with both hands, use your right hand on the glass, reach out, and have your left foot in the door, right foot on the glass, picking up that grip. Looks and then also, I know this is B slot, but even so, it's all good awareness. Let's make sure that normally, Michael, I would have you come in a little bit more with Yora so that we didn't put that angle on it as well. Anyway, detail. I know it's a B slot launch. Okay, 16D10. All right, the 16 builds in A slots, and also in fact, in particular, the B slot build for Otto has been a bit of an issue historically, and so this is looking a lot better, Otto. Like a calmer into, you've got a really big move here. Like it's a soup that really exaggerates what we were talking about on that particular move in the past, where you have to be calm, pick up Nadia, because now your move is backwards. And I think you can even see here that it will probably serve you even better to have even less energy. And Nadia, just to put a little more pressure on Otto's grip. We'll watch it as the dive progresses, just making sure that your hip doesn't open up, because now that's counterproductive for the start of the block. All right, now let's have a little look at the back pair on the 16. Okay. They do get a lot better through the session from what I saw on the first run through. Okay, so the first picture is pretty nice. That's looking good to there. Let me just check one other thing. It looks like Matthew sideways. It over rotates, and we've got to be very careful that we don't have Yora reaching for this grip. So the front pair, let's just have a little look at your rotation. Well, we already said that the front pair was starting at a bit of a disadvantage because of this slightly wider build. So it should be a little bit easier. And then also Otto, and I'll watch this on the later ones, moving backwards, yes, but not quite so much. As you move your, sorry for the background noise, hopefully it's not too disturbing. As you move your center point backwards, Otto, it's okay for you to rotate. Really, you can think about moving backwards, but it's all right for you to rotate, and that will keep your piece here on the front a little bit tighter. And as I said, it would be nicer for the front pair to be a little more rotated a little sooner, and then Yora and Matthew, you wouldn't have that feeling that you have to come round to the catch so much. All right, let's keep watching because I think it gets better. All right, there's quite a few 10s that end up with this really high grip. I mean, that's legal. You can see that your hand is close to the grip, but there's one later for sure. I caught it at full speed. I haven't seen it at slow-mo yet. We'll check it. But we need to do a little better job of connecting Matthew and Nadia in the center. And the way we can do that is, Yora, as you're finishing your move, don't be too focused on picking up this grip. Think about finishing the rotation and taking your hip to the center. You know what I mean? So as you finish the rotation here, rather than thinking, oh yeah, I'm done, I've got my grip, just think about allowing the rotation to continue and that hip will come in, allowing Matthew to pick up the grip on Nadia a little bit better. And that's a really nice job here from Otto doing what I'm asking as well, getting that hip to the center so that Nadia doesn't have a problem reaching. Okay. All right, 16 build. Yeah, you can. I think you can still see it's still a little bit of a sign. It's way better than before, Otto. But just look at your energy out and then back. Pretty nice job. Definitely on the right track. Let's have a look at Nadia's job with the hip. So Nadia leaving your hip there. That's really good. But it does kind of have a little pulse out. We want to see almost a little bit of more anticipation for that hip through the center, because you guys want to be leading the charge on this block, Nadia and Otto. All right, looking better. So keep the rotation going, Yora. There we go. That's a little bit better now. You see how, Yora, you are now more parallel with Nadia at the end. Still a little bit of that issue. I guess it's also from the angle of the camera. It's a steep camera, but it's not a completely overhead camera. But this is the judging camera as well. So we have to bear that in mind with that grip right there. That was awesome, Otto. Check this out. Look at the, so there's the center point. So Otto, you got that big move, but cruising in, picking up the grip, and now you have no energy, no more energy going in this direction. So as you picked up that grip, which should stay even tighter, please. I don't know whether it's Otto forcing Nadia out or Nadia just being not putting enough pressure with that hip. But really nice build to the 16, guys. That's great to see. And now the back pair is starting to find their mojo on the 16 piece. That's really nice, guys. There was one earlier 16. I don't think I mentioned it, but Matthew, it looked like you rotated straight away. Whereas on these later ones, it looks like you're pressing sideways into Yora. And allowing the rotation to happen and allowing that grip to happen rather than how it used to go before, was where you guys were crossing the center line, over delivering that grip, just allowing that grip to be picked up. You've just head switched. Now that's a really good little visual there actually. Check this out. You just head switch as you know the grip's going to get picked up. And then now there's the front pair is rotated and around. There's no reaching by Yora for that grip necessary, and there's a lot less tension now. And hey presto, the D build, all of a sudden, instead of having energy moving away from the center, we can stay more still. Yeah, that's the one I saw just first time through. That would be a bust for me. Again, the build, guys. Let's keep the 16s narrower, please. It's more of a fan shape. Yeah, we want to be completely parallel. And let's just talk about the build then, being it's a bit of an issue. So there is the center point. The quickest way for us to build this is for Nadia and Matthew to step out onto the long axis and rotate 90 degrees. So it looks like you have a slightly different idea of the angle there, Matthew. Do you see that? You're allowed to just rotate a little bit more and then not so much from Nadia. So Matthew rotated a few more degrees, and then Nadia, you left your hip more in place, please. As in fact, your hip doesn't actually move. Look at the cursor now. It should stay in place, and then we'd have a slightly nicer build. Thighs finding some real nice rhythm. See the difference? Like if you're a judge, you're definitely going to score that. See what happened with the timing on that one. Okay, so looking at what happened with the momentum, it looks like it comes from the build. Oh, okay, it just kind of hits the wall or something halfway through. Kind of pauses here, and we lose. We definitely, you know, like on the 12 guys, how you've been doing such a good job on the front of keeping the front compressed tight. We need to keep that same picture here. Ideally, Nadia, your elbow. Yeah, so looking through the center. Yeah, it just kind of stalls out. So there, I don't know whether it's Otto's foot that hits the glass maybe, but yeah, it just stalls halfway through. That's an anomaly. The rest of them seem pretty good, apart from those builds. Again, same thing, stretching here. And also, Yora, if you can keep your head switch a little longer, just a little longer, and rather than rotating quite so soon, trying to get your hips that side of Matthew. Yeah, you see, look at this picture now. Like, that's a really good dynamic right there, Yora, where your hip is this side of Matthew's head. If we can keep that the whole way through, and there's two things that we need to do that. We need Matthew to keep moving. So Matthew, as you make your first move nice and powerful, keep that going. There's no real pause here. It's going to look like you've paused because that's when Yora's making his move through. But you see that input that you started with your left knee? Just keep that going. And try and stay ahead of Yora. And Yora, don't let yourself get ahead of Matthew too much. Because now as you open up, you've created a bigger piece, which is less effective, and also you have a chance of collision. See Nadia getting out of your way, and then generates momentum on the outside of it. So let's see if we can keep the back pair in that kind of dynamic there. You see that? That's the right shape. When we have this here and it opens up, yeah, we miss the efficiency. Nice, Yara straight out the door. Nice one. So that was 16D10 in B slot.